Hi everyone, I hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid group. So right now, Bitcoin, it's landed on the 55 EMA in this correction. You've actually lost this green trend line here. Okay, for Bitcoin, you've had a throwback back into this pattern at the moment. This ascending triangle, bit of escape out. Boom, come back into the pattern. So it's really important that Bitcoin consistently closes inside this pattern to remain bullish, okay, here for Bitcoin. Because if you do start to lose this and turn it into resistance, this is where you're going to come down. And I think your bare minimal target is this, okay? That's your minimal target, which is around about 35k, I think it is, for Bitcoin. Now, does it mean it's a bear market? Not necessarily. You know, you basically got this big level of consolidation just there, you know, building this foundation. It's all about this low just there. You see this low that we put in January? That's your rock solid low right now. You lose that, yeah, you know, you're going to come down, and I think that would be your bare minimal target down there at 27618. Okay, keep that on your radar if it happens. It's not happening yet, because what we're doing here is actually bullish, okay, because you've got this low, you've got a high low, you're creating a series of high lows. Now if Bitcoin starts to bounce here, this is still a high low, isn't it? You know, and you've got this higher high. So you're basically coming up and down the stairs here like this for Bitcoin, okay, looking to break. So like I said to you, this is a key level of resistance that you want to see Bitcoin break, because I do think that once you break that, you're looking at minimal 54k Bitcoin, okay? So, you know, what happens is you run into resistance, you come back to support. Look, you got resistance there, you came back down, you made that level of support, that foundation there. Again, you ran into resistance, made a higher low. Ran into resistance, come back down, made a higher low. Ran into resistance, come back down, made a higher low. Ran into the 55, come back down, made a higher low. Okay, come back, support, resistance. And what's happened is you run into resistance again, which is normal. This is key resistance. Once you run into resistance, you want to come back down to support and hold. Okay, now one thing that you can always identify a really good entry point is on the RSI. Okay, so obviously you've got the support, the trend lines. Okay, so this is a massive level of support right now for Bitcoin. You see this ascending level of support. If we consistently close back in here, this is nice. Okay, so you're going to get really close to the apex, and then you're going to break out of a huge ascending triangle. So you broke out here, bit of a fake out, come back into the pattern, throw back. And if you consistently close inside there again, that's nice, okay? And you can see with that, you know, your RSI is coming back down because you're a bit overbought just there. Your stock's back in the floor as well, which is where you always see these beautiful impulsive moves come from, okay? When you're in the floor, look down here, the stock, where is it in the floor? Impulsive move, just there, almost in the floor, impulsive move, okay? Just there. So every time you want to see a big push for Bitcoin, your stock has to be in the floor. Don't expect continuation and a big breakout when it's in the sky, basically, okay? It can, but then you create bearish divergence like I went through with you the other day, okay? So this is nice price action, to be honest with you. I know people are saying, oh, this is it, end game, we're going to come down like this. Possible, but at the minute, you're holding support, okay? So don't get too bearish. Don't get too bearish at key support, that's what I'm trying to say to you. So right now, you know, for me, Bitcoin, structurally, is okay. You've got a low, a high low, and right now, you run into resistance, and right now, you're coming back. Providing you can hold support, create a higher low than this, that's still nice price action, okay? But if you lose that, that's your target white line, okay? So let's have a little deeper look and see what Bitcoin's doing right here, okay? So you've got this double M top pattern. You ran into resistance and you're coming down from here. Let me show you. So this is a tradable event just here for Bitcoin. From there to there, you got support, and you can see that you lost that support. And as soon as you lose that support, you're in a technical target, and you can see that once you lost that support, that was always your technical target, and you can see you've come down and met that. Okay, but what Bitcoin's doing here that I see no one talking about, okay, it's doing something that's actually quite strong for Bitcoin, is you've come back to a key level of support. You've broken out of resistance and you're coming back to support. I don't necessarily think you've back tested the key support just yet, but it looks as though this is your target. I'm going to show you. Now refer back to a video that I made on the 23rd of, I think it was the 23rd of March this year. I made this video just there, okay, because you were breaking out of a beautiful pattern which gave you a technical target. Let me drop this resistance on there, because this way you run into key resistance just there. And if you refer back to that video on that day, I said to you, Bitcoin's breaking out here, okay? And what happens is you potentially run into resistance, and then if you do start to correct any deeper, this would be a key level of support, and you can see that this is potentially where Bitcoin's trying to come back to. Now this is a technical break target. I think the target of that was met from there to there. You can see that's basically a W bottom pattern. You can see that once you broke out, look at that, boom, you actually met the technical target. It was a beautiful trade from there to there. Once you broke out, that was your TP point, 12.15%. Beautiful, okay? And like I said, the technical target has been met, but what you've done, you've broken out this key level resistance, this W double bottom pattern here, this ascending triangle, which is a bullish reversal pattern. What's happened is you've come up into resistance, which is normal, and right now you're coming back to support, potentially this neckline as support. Now if you do start to lose this neckline as support and start to come back down, you do want to see this neckline held, okay, this ascending level support, because if you don't, you start to close outside of this could be quite negative for Bitcoin, and you could actually be coming in for a larger, deeper correction here, coming down to that white line at a bare minimal. Okay, so that's basically Bitcoin. You know, it's looking okay, you're coming back to support. This is a key level support I'm going to show you right now that I do think that Bitcoin is technically trying to get to. It's trying to backtest this resistance that you've broken out of and not backtest the support. Do you understand that? So that's a key level support moving forward. The most important support is this trend line. Okay, you lose this trend line, it's giving the game away. You're going to come down and you're having a larger correction here than we anticipate, because look, you've come up impulsively and all you're doing is retracing to a normal level support but a continuation of this trend, and people are getting shaken out with the corrections, just like shaking out here, just like shaking out here. But what you're doing is you're creating a series of high lows the more you come back for support. Do you understand that? So you're doing what you need to do: resistance, support. Okay, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, coming back for support. Lose support, go short. Basically, that's basically Bitcoin. For me, I'm going to put some cheeky bids in down here with a really tight stop loss. Okay, really tight stop loss on Bybit, but I'm going to drop some bids in on Bitcoin on this level. Okay, and does that tie in with the fib? Let me have a look at this fib right here, this potential ABC correction just there that we're going through. So you can see it's pretty much where the 1618 is as well. Look at that. Okay, so let me get this knob on for you from there to there, because this could actually be just an ABC correction. Let me show you right now. Okay, so this could be some kind of impulsive move and some kind of A wave down, B wave high, and then you C leg down to the 1618, which is this particular level of resistance that you've broken out of, and all you've done is fall back to its support. So you know, if we was to drop a fib on there, that would be a nominal level for me, 42479. Cheeky bids on Bybit with a tight stop loss, okay, because at that point you start to break and you hold this support and this retracement, you're going to start to come back up, and like I said to you, I think you're looking at a minimal 54k Bitcoin. Now 54k Bitcoin, if we drop it just here, 54k, let's have a look at this, from there to there, you know, from here right now you could be looking at a really, really nice long opportunity around about 26% with a tight stop loss. Okay, now it's at this point here I do expect Bitcoin to have a much bigger retracement, basically a larger correction, you know, something like 30%, because at the minute, you know, I think that what Bitcoin's doing off this high just there down to there is around about the 1618, and that trend line is around about 11.9%, which is normal. Look, let me show you. Last year we broke out and got back above the EMAs, and what kind of correction did we put in? Back into the EMAs and support before continuation was around about 12.25%. so you know, you're pretty much doing what you did last year. You called up on the lows, you broke resistance, fell back in 11% correction, everyone got really, really fearful, you know, at that point you start to break out and you met the 1618 target. Because for me here, your next 1618 target, which I went through with you last week, I think it was, in the video, or earlier this week, you know, for me here, that's your next target, 54,833, round about that level, okay, which is 54k basically. And you know, from this low here, when everyone's really fearful, with a tight stop loss, you could be looking at a whopper, almost 30% long opportunity right there for Bitcoin. Okay, so that's basically what I'm looking at. You're not losing the lows yet, you know, for me to say, okay, well, you're coming down. It's all about your support. Right now you're coming back to a key level support. I think technically you're trying to come back to this here, which ties up to the 1618, 42479. That's where I've got some bids in with a really tight stop loss. People say, where's your tight stop loss? You know, 5% off that target. It's up to you. Risk management, that's entirely up to you. Okay, don't be a degen, don't over leverage, you know, take advantage of the sign up bonus on Bybit, but this could be a lovely little opportunity. You coil up here, you have a retest, start to create a W bottom pattern, you start to come back up, and this is potentially some kind of ABC correction, coiling up for continuation, and that is my minimal target, the 1618. Okay, and you know, I was saying that just here as well when we'll come back to this, because that was the same situation. Let me show you right now, from here to here, from there to there, look, boom, you know, exactly the same scenario. And we did eventually come up to the 1618. Even here, when we was coming back, I said the 1618 is your target, and I'm saying to you right now, this is your target. It's an opportunity. Doesn't feel like it, you know, when drawbacks and pullbacks never feel like opportunity, but they always are. Okay, so anyway, no guarantees, but that's the target that I'm looking at for Bitcoin moving forward. Okay, take care everyone, back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned.